Welcome to Clothesline Theatre. We have been waiting for you to tune in to hear tales of Prince Edward Island, a place of history and some mystery. You may be surprised by the true stories that have been unearthed and brought to life by our radio dramas. We invite you to settle into a comfortable chair and let the voices and sounds trigger your imagination as you hear the following dramatic story.
Prince Edward Island produces some of the best seafood in the world. The historic smelt fishery is both recreational and commercial. The slender, silver, American, or rainbow smelt, with its white, flavorful meat, is plentiful in island waters and is permitted to be fished in the fall and winter months. In October of 1940, Summerside fishermen Earl and William Heckbert set out for a day of smelt fishing. Their fishing story proved to be unbeatable.
Look at that sunrise, Earl. Let's just stand here and enjoy it for a minute. She's shaping up to be a beautiful day.
It sure is, William. I love the month of October. There's still that hint of summer in the air, yet the humidity is long gone.
I agree with you, but the best part of October is the opening of the smelt fishery. Just wish it didn't take so long to get light in the morning. We could have been out here an hour earlier setting the smelt nets.
Oh, look at the bright side, William. We enjoyed the sunrise while traveling out to the Wilmot Bridge, and it won't take as long to set the gill nets.
I can't wait to have that first feed of smelts. I can't decide whether to coat them in flour or cornmeal before frying them up in butter.
Oh, be adventurous and do both. Add lots of salt and pepper, and you just have to try lemon juice on them.
What's wrong with good old vinegar? Old Mrs. Thompson was saying the other day that in her opinion, the smelts aren't as good in the fall. She prefers them caught through the ice in the winter.
Either way suits me, although it's certainly a lot easier fishing them in the fall with the gill net than through a hole in the ice with the box net.
Yeah, warmer too. I was reading in my fishing magazine that smelts have glycerol in them, which keeps them from freezing in the winter temperatures.
What's glycerol?
Well, it's a sweet-tasting, edible antifreeze. Ain't nature something else?
Where did you tie up the rowboat when you brought her out the other day?
I anchored it over by the bridge. Figured it would be hidden there and no temptation to anyone.
Great. Do you see that? She drifted into the mud along the shore. Did you not make sure she was well anchored?
Thought I had, but the anchor must have dragged on the bottom. I didn't think it was that muddy.
The bow's right down in the mud. We'll have to push the boat out.
Geez, the mud is holding the bow like a vice grip. What are we going to do?
Let's try getting into the Dory and both of us stand in the stern. Our combined weight should be enough to make the bow pop up out of the mud, and then we can roll backwards from inside the Dory.
Meanwhile, unknown to the two fishermen, another drama was unfolding on the roadway leading to the bridge.
Peter, please slow down before you're going to get killed.
You knew last night, Mildred, what time I wanted to be away to catch the 8 a.m. ferry. So just once, why couldn't you have been ready on time?
That's the point, Peter. We no doubt still have plenty of time. It's too bad you have to get everywhere an hour before you need to be there.
When it comes to the ferry, yes, I do have to get there early, because you never know what the traffic's going to be like, and I don't want to be left sitting on the pier watching the ferry pulling away from Cape Tormentine. Someday, Mildred, someday, when I'm ready to leave the house and you're still getting ready, I'm going to get up the nerve to just drive away without you.
Get off your high horse, Peter. I spend plenty of time sitting in the car waiting for you while you're out talking to somebody in the yard. Oh, Mildred, just give me a minute to stop and I just got a little question for John. Meanwhile, an hour later, I'm still sitting patiently in the car.
That's business, not tardiness.
More like gossip, if you ask me. Oh! What was that noise? What's happening?
A tire blew. I can't control the car.
That's because you're speeding! Peter! Peter!
At the same time that the car was going out of control, the two fishermen were in the back of the boat discussing their dilemma with the mud.
I don't think this is going to work, William. Hey, what's that chattering noise?
Look, that car up there is zigzagging all over the road.
With sudden clarity, the men standing in the stern of their boat realized the car had lost control on the bridge and was heading straight for them. But there was no time to take any course of action. They stood frozen in place. The car hurtled right over their heads and in its downward descent into the stream landed on the very end of their boat bow where it was stuck, sending the bow end deeper into the mud. Suddenly, all was silent.
Earl, are you all right?
Yes, not a scratch on me. You?
Not a scratch.
Are you okay, Mildred?
It seems so. You?
I seem fine. I can't believe it. We should be dead.
The Lord doesn't have time for you right now, Peter.
There was no doubt the fishermen were participants in a miracle, for had the car landed just a little further back on the stern, both would have undoubtedly been instantly killed.
Are you people all right?
Yes, but we need to drive to Borden to catch the 8 a.m. ferry.
This is your lucky day, as we are heading to the boat. Climb in. We still have time to make the trip.
I told you, Mildred, it pays to be early. Sorry, gentlemen, about ruining your fishing trip. I'll send Harding's service truck to pull the car and the boat out. If there's any damage, I'll cover the cost. Hurry, Mildred. Let's get going.
Well, did you ever? What just happened here?
I would say we're lucky to be alive, but obviously we're not going to have smelts for supper.
Harding's service truck successfully removed the car from the water and the boat from the mud. All involved were amazed to find no damage to either the car or the boat. The Wilmot River mud had been a lifesaver. Car sinks Dory. Fishermen escape with their lives. Narrator, Stuart Smith. William, Roger Ahern. Earl, Paul McWilliams. Mildred, Michelle Askew. Peter, Dan Casely. Woman, Patty Arsenault. Musician, Christine Anderson Gallant. Sound Foleys, Krista Bryson, Alexandra Gallant, Nathan Wiley. Recording artist, Peter Gallant. Writer, Marlene Campbell. Researcher and editor, Jean McKay. Introduction, Lowell Eustis. This radio drama is brought to you by Wyatt Heritage Properties, Inc. through support from the Building Communities through Arts and Heritage Funding Program of the Department of Canadian Heritage and the Province of Prince Edward Island and the City of Summerside.